Yo, what is going on, guys? Rex here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this legendary scout rifle. Does not compute. So I actually got mine to drop from Devrim in the EDZ, but I'm pretty sure you can get it to drop from a bunch of the planet vendors, being those planet vendors people like Sloan, Failsafe, and that other guy. So I'm pretty sure you can get them to drop from any one of those. Just through the packages, so it shouldn't be that hard to get yourself a scout rifle. I don't know where else you can get this from, but does not compute. It's a legendary scout rifle. As we see, we got all this good stuff, rounds per minute. And it does have actually a pretty fast fire rate for a scout rifle, 150 rounds per minute. We've got a 12 bullet magazine, and the things that it comes with is red dot to MOA. Which is the scope I'm using now, which is pretty good, and I didn't switch scopes just because of the massive decrease in handling, but we have some longer range scopes here if you'd like. I'm using the short range scope, just kind of a red dot sight. I think it works the best, plus it doesn't kill your handling stat, and it comes with steady rounds in the second column, or you could have appended mag, which brings the magazine up to 14. But I honestly don't think it's worth the stability decrease. As you see, if I put on appended mag, it destroys my stability and it only gives me 2 extra bullets. So I go for steady round for less bullets, but slightly more controllable recoil, and I think that's the way you should go. And then the third perk here, we have moving target, increases movement speed and target acquisition when moving while aiming down sights. So basically you can move faster while you aim down sights. And yeah, guys, so we're gonna take a few looks at some what a few shaders look on it. Yeah, that looks pretty sick. I do like the wings in the front. Does look pretty damn cool. But I just want to show you guys, what it's like in PvP and PvE. We'll do PvE first, and then we'll do PvP, and then we'll give it an overall rating at the end, just like I did in my old Destiny 1 reviews. So guys, let's get into the review on the does not compute. So guys, we're going to start off with PvE, and in PvP, or PvE, this scout rifle is fairly good. I mean, you have a good amount of stability, so it's really easy to hit precision shots. It one-hits lower tier enemies, such as dregs or shanks and stuff like that, goblins, so you can pretty much just go from target to target if you're extremely accurate. And like I said, guys, I go with this red dot scope, because for me it's the best, and it doesn't kill the stability on this weapon. But you can try one of the other scopes and see if you're more accurate with it. They are a longer zoom to make it a little bit like a sniper, so you guys can try that out. And I would definitely pair this with a close range energy weapon in PvE and PvP, just because you have a lot of longer range capabilities here, and you have a lot of precision hit shots here, but you don't really have like a good melting power at close range. So I would either pair this with a shotgun or a submachine gun, maybe even a sidearm. Sidearms aren't in the best place right now, so I'd probably go with an SMG to pair this with, honestly. But yeah, you can hit precision shots really easily in PvE. One thing that I don't really like about this thing in PvE is like the mag size, because the reload is not the fastest reload in the world, which is quite unfortunate. So you do end up firing off those 12 bullets quite fast a lot of the times, and then it takes just a little bit to reload. It's not crazy, but it's definitely not the fastest reload I've ever seen for a scout rifle. So that is a little bit unfortunate, and like I said, you guys can switch around the perks and get 14 in a mag, although I'm not sure if that's worth it. You do sacrifice a lot just to get those 2 extra bullets, but I don't know, it might help you guys. I'm personally gonna stick with 12 bullets, even though, like I said, you do go through them fairly fast. I'm still gonna stick with it just because I don't want to sacrifice my other stats just for 2 extra bullets. But yeah, you do burn through those 12 bullets pretty fast, especially if you're not hitting precision shots, so you need to make sure that you're being pretty accurate with this thing. And overall, it's a solid scout. I mean, you got range, you can melt bosses because your stability is pretty good. I mean, you can hit those precision shots super easily, which is really nice, just in any boss fight really. and you, like I said, you can take out lower leveled enemies with like one shot or one headshot or like two bodies, whatever. So it's super accurate. You just need to be good. I mean, you just need to be accurate with it. So if you have good aim, I would definitely recommend this. If you don't, I don't know. I mean, there's probably scout rifles better out there, because like I said, you only do have 12 in a mag, which isn't terrible, but it's definitely not the most we've seen a scout rifle have, which is a little bit unfortunate. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty solid scout, and I would definitely recommend it. One last thing I want to say about the scout rifle is that you should definitely take your time with your shots, because you do have quite the fire rate, and if you're just spamming the trigger, you might not be totally accurate. So you definitely want to make sure you're taking time in between shots and making sure you're getting those precision shots to make your bullets count. But besides the bullet count and the reload speed, this is a pretty solid scout rifle. You've got some pretty nice stability, some good one-shot potential on those lower tier enemies, and overall it is a very accurate weapon, and I do like the scope on it, just the regular red dot. Like I said, you guys can try different stuff, but I think this is just a clean scope. And overall in PvP, I rate this an 8 out of 10. This weapon has a little bit of a different story in PvP, however. This weapon definitely struggles in the Crucible just because auto rifles and pulse rifles are pretty good right now. I mean, they've got the range to compete with scout rifles, and a lot of the maps aren't that massive, so sniping and scout rifling is a little bit damaged. I mean, there are a few good sight lines on a few of the maps, but most of the maps cater to auto rifle and pulse rifle play, really, and some hand cannon play. But autos and pulses compete with scout rifles, and most of the time they will definitely outgun you. And like I said, you only have 12 bullets, which really doesn't affect you too much in PvP, but you definitely need to make your shots count. I mean, you need to be hitting all precision if you actually want to kill with this thing and win gunfights. It is very, very challenging to win a one-on-one gunfight with this, especially at medium and close ranges. Your best bet is long range, and I would definitely pair this with an SMG and a shotgun in the Crucible, because you have nothing, absolutely nothing to defend against close range with this weapon. So you definitely need something so you can actually like move in on objectives and stuff like that, or if they rush you, because you are not going to melt them before the time they get to you. The time to kill is just too slow in PvP. I mean, the fire rate is pretty decent, except you just need to be hitting all your headshots to actually let this be a melting machine. But it just struggles a lot because of the other weapons in the Crucible right now, and a lot of people are just rushing you and everything. And I mean, it's pretty good at long range, except pulse rifles can beat it out most of the time, and even better scout rifles. Like, of course, the Mida multi-tool is going to beat it out, and there are a few faster firing scout rifles that can do some work on it. So overall, I would try to stick to longer ranges of sight with this weapon. You're not going to be absolutely destroying anybody, and because of that, I have to give it a 3 out of 10 in PvP. Honestly, it just doesn't have the time to kill. You have to use it at super far ranges. The scope is really nice, but I do have to give it a 3 out of 10 just because it doesn't have that time to kill, and it's just not that meta right now. And you do definitely have to play, you have to cater towards that scout rifle playstyle. You have to see those long range of sights, be campy, do all that stuff. So guys, like all my in-depth reviews, we're going to take the average of this weapon in PvE and PvP and give it a final score, and that final score is going to end up being a 5.5 out of 11. It struggles in PvP a ton, but it is really nice and crispy in PvE. I would definitely recommend it for PvE, but because of its PvP score, it lacks very much, and that is why it only gets a 5.5 out of 10 average, and that is its final score. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more Destiny 2 videos, well, they're coming to you whether you want them or not, because I am enjoying Destiny 2 a ton right now. And of course, I will still keep uploading for Honor and Overwatch. I have not forgot about those games, and I still love those games, but I am just on that Destiny 2 grind right now, having a lot of fun with the game. So subscribe if you want Destiny 2, For Honor, or Overwatch content. I hope you guys enjoyed this weapon review. This has been Digrex. Peace.
And I'm open to mine, so we all need some time just to settle down. Won't you come around, 'cause I never can leave it alone. talking about somebody rolling, boulevard dining, making it count for efforts I can't explain. Balling and feeling we drowning, never been humbled by playing the fighter.